What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rams Project, man. It's been a hot minute. I haven't been here. Been busy. Went on a vacation, did some other things. Work got crazy busy, and now we're heading into the fall. And fall is one of my favorite times of the year. Why is it one of my favorite times of the year? Well, it starts cooling off a little bit. I'm not dying in the heat. And it just, the harvest time, all the family activities that are coming up, everything. So I love that. But then also, it's hunting season. My greatest passion of hobby as a man has, or as I have, is the hunting season. I love it. Hunting season is literally probably what I love most in this world besides my family. And so, anyways, getting into that, I felt like it was fitting to go into the story of the old disciplined buck and why he lives to be the old disciplined buck. And maybe this will be a two-part video for you. Maybe it'll help you to be able to understand why you might not be able to see or harvest those big bucks that you're looking for, or if you have already figured this out and you know this, put in the comments any other tips you have for hunting to be able to make us better. Put in the comments. We all grow together, right? But then also it goes into another part of how are we going to be disciplined so that we are not like the buck, but that we can stand alone when it seems like we don't have anybody standing with us, all right? That we'll know the right decisions to make, and we're disciplined to make the right decisions and to follow through when nobody else does. So the story goes like this. There's a man who hunts, and he hunts always on the edge of the field, and he never sees that big buck. And on the edge of that field it's a crop field, some type of crop field that the deer feed on. And for some reason, all he feels like is that there's no big bucks on his land. For whatever reason, he doesn't see them. Well, the reason why he doesn't see them is because he's on the edge of the crop field. He's not where that big buck is. That big buck got to be the big buck because he's disciplined and smart. While he's sitting there looking for the deer, and he's on the outskirts of that field, only things coming out are does and some scrub bucks or some young bucks. And he'll harvest a doe every once in a while to feed his family and to fill his freezer, So, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you should be as a hunter anyways, is trying to, or for me anyways, is to feed your family. Every once in a while you get to have some good sport and get a really nice huge buck. But I'm going to tell you where that big buck is, because there is a big buck there, or maybe two or three. What he doesn't realize is that there's a buck that sits on the inside of that tree line that will not commit to the woods, to the field. He will not come out of them woods. He knows it's cover. And he won't come out until dark, well into dark. Not at dusk, not as the sun's setting and there's still some evening light. No. He's going to wait till it's dark, and he's going to look, even when it's dark, to make sure that there's no predator. So, what's the takeaway from that buck? Well, that buck has discipline. He had discipline from a young age, and he learned it. There's nothing that's going to make him hop out of them or out of that cover of the woods. No food. He's not going to be non-disciplined enough that the food's going to force him to go there. He's not going to be undisciplined and let the doe pull him out there, except for maybe one time of the year when the rut comes in and everybody loses their mind, right? So, anyways, and when he loses his discipline, that's when he comes into danger of a threat from a predator, right? That hunter has a very good probability of being able to find him and harvest him. So, the thing is that all these young bucks and all these does, they walk out in that field. They'll go out there. But the big buck, the old buck, the disciplined, wise buck, he won't step foot in that field. Why? Because that's what made him that wise, disciplined, old buck, is by not stepping in that field. he saw that other people or other deer, other bucks did step out and they died. And he knows the danger of stepping out, and he won't. He's disciplined. He knows the truth, and nothing's going to change him. Nothing's going to sway him. No food, no dough, no pressure from anything else. He's going to stay in them woods, and he's going to wait until the opportune time, and it's nice and dark, and he has the concealment of darkness to come out and eat. That's why you men who are hunting, or women that are hunting, don't see that buck, because he's in the woods. If you set back, here's the trick for that. Before I get into what we should do is our discipline. What you need to do is you need to go in the tree line, maybe about 100 yards or 50 yards, and set yourself up in a nice little climber. And you wait, and you watch. You look for the funnels, you look for those trails that they're taking, and you watch, and you wait. And that buck will come to you. Wait wherever that funnel is, where they come out into the woods. Normally it's in the back corner. That's where they like to come out at. And you sit up there, and that buck will come in front of you. And you'll be able to harvest them if you're a good shot. But, so that's my tip for the hunters. Get in there, get in the woods. Don't sit by the crop field. The bucks you're going to want, and the big ones that are in there, roosters, the big ones that are in there are in the woods, and you're going to have to step in there. So the other part is for us. How do we discipline ourselves? I got roosters on both sides of me. If you don't like the sounds of roosters, this ain't the channel for you, because they're around. And it seems like whenever I'm out, they want to come near me. All right, calm down, Red. It's all right. Anyways, back to it. So how do we become disciplined? Well, we learn from the older men in front of us. And then also we put ourselves in hard things to be disciplined. We don't let the outside forces of the world dictate us. We don't let, because of a mass of people tell you to do one thing, and you know that it's not the right thing to do. We have integrity, and we have discipline to not do those things and to follow through with the right things. What makes a man a good man? What makes a man a good old man? Discipline. And discipline in the good moral beliefs and actions that a man should have. Like loving your neighbor as yourself, right? Being a servant in that factor. When the world tells you to do something that's nonsensical, that doesn't go along with Scripture or with the morals of a good man, you don't go through with it. You don't let the people of this world or the masses or whatever else in this world influence you on your decision making and your actions. You will be stoic in that, and you will be strong in that, and be able to stand on your own. Because if you don't, you'll die and wither with the rest of them. Just like all them scrub bucks that go out there. Right? We here at Rams, we're trying to build up to be great men, to be solid, disciplined, wise disciples, right? That's the number one, is wise disciples. And it's not to be boastful. We're only here because we were called here. And when you realize that, and you realize that it's not your own story, but it is a story with you in it, you get out of the way. You become a servant, and you make morals and discipline and stoicism important to you, to where that you will live a life of purpose. You will live a life striving for something that is bigger and better than you. All right? So I've yammered and talked long enough, and I'm ready to go get in the woods. It's starting to get cool. I'm ready. I've already started hunting. Season started a week and a half ago, and it's awesome. I love it. I'm ready to get back in there, and I might try to sneak in the woods today. See what happens. So, anyways, get out there. Practice this in the woods, guys. Take that little knowledge I gave you and see if it works. And if it works, get in the comments. Tell me, hey man, thanks for that tip. And also, take this and move it in life. So when the hard things come at you, and everything else is around you telling you to be one way, and you know that's not the right way, you'll be like that wise buck and stand on the edge of them woods. All right? All right. That's the end of my period of instruction. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. Stay Oscar Mike.